Okay, before you ask me questions about Kosovo, I'll ask you a question about Kosovo.
Okay.
How do we fit now, and how does Kosovo fit into this conversation that we have held until now?
Well, the advantage maybe is so far Kosovo was only the potential candidate with all the known problems of 5 European Union member states not even recognizing. So if you are a potential candidate, only a potential candidate for something that's realistic, that's a disadvantage. If you're only a potential candidate for something that's not going to happen anyway, you don't have to worry too much because the others don't have a big advantage.
The optimism of pessimism. Right?
I guess
Yes,
so.
yeah,
I mean, I tend to be a little bit someone who sees more often the glass half full, and because it's psychologically very practical. Because if something good happens, you are pleasantly surprised.
Sure.
If something bad happens, you can say, "I told you so."
Yeah, or disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. How does Kosovo fit in? I would also say what I just said about the single market could be and should be an offer and a way for Kosovo. Actually, in this regard, Kosovo is doing maybe better than, because the rule of law, by and large, I understand, functions here. And if I may mention, I just come back from some days in Jakova. I'm surprised I haven't been out of Pristina for a while, which is a big mistake. You should never, as a journalist or correspondent, only go to the capitals. I see, talking about affluence or wealth maybe is too much, but I see a middle classish appearance here, yes. which I haven't. So usually, sometimes we journalists tend to write statistically, which I guess is correct. Kosovo, the poorest country of Europe, but that's a very that can be quite rather misleading, because it's not. When I came here in 2002 for the first time, yes, it was a poor country. You could see it everywhere you went. Now, while of course there is still poverty, but it's just this country has made progress. And
yes,
how much
it has shades of middle class from mostly composed from shades of middle class.
Shades of middle class is a nice shades of middle class is a good word to put it. Yeah, exactly. So sorry to be not very imaginative, to always come back to this thing, but I think this could also be stricter integration into the single market. And if this doesn't work immediately, then at least with small steps like the SEPA system. Sure. I know this is not very sexy. It's not like the big narrative that is going to have an enthusiastic crowd. Yes, SEPA is our goal, but it is a way forward.
You spent the weekend in Jakova and in Meja and in Korenica. Could you imagine that in 2030, a leader of Kosovo and a leader of Serbia would lay flowers in Meja together?
I would like to imagine that. But being the person who sees the glass rather half full than half empty than half full, I have trouble. But then again, this is maybe more realistic than European Union membership, even though these things might be intertwined, of course.
Okay, and with this now I hand over to you.